Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. My name is Professor Dr. Rizwan Jamil Qureshi. Today I am covering prototype model. After the limitations of waterfall model and the software companies straightforward rejected it because of the time consuming and cost consuming activities, then prototype model was introduced to remove the limitations of waterfall, and it has three main phases. We have listen to the customer, develop a demo, and then evaluate it by the customer. When customer is evaluating the prototype, then meanwhile we are also listening. So there are listen, develop, evaluate, and then again listen, and then rebuild the demo, again evaluate. So this is a cyclic process, and this will continue till customer approves the prototype. We also call it demo. And then there are two types of prototype. We have throwaway prototyping and we have evolutionary prototyping. After the first evaluation of the demo, we throw in the throwaway prototyping, and we have a new demo from the scratch when we rebuild it. Whereas evolutionary is the evolution of the first demo. We keep on improving based on the feedback of the customer, and this keep on improving till customer approves the demo. So the main advantages of waterfall model, it's best suitable to integrate with waterfall or with other methodologies. And then time saving, cost saving, if we try to use prototype as standalone model, because there are only three phases: listen, build, evaluate. And then if we talk about limitations or disadvantages, there are several limitations. There is no documentation, because we are just listening, and if the end user, because the top management doesn't have so much time to attend the prototypes, so they will send some lower management or operational staff, clerical staff to test the demo, to evaluate it. If they have a threat or they are scared of job, that maybe if this system will be developed, they may leave, they may lose their job. So they may misguide you, and there is a chance that in front of top management they refuse to commit that this is the wrong requirements we have provided. So there is a loophole that customer or end user can give you wrong requirements, because you don't have any documentation, no proof is there that this requirement is provided by him. So he may reject he may refuse in front of his bosses that this wrong requirement is approved by him. So you you have a chance of wrong implementation, wrong development. And fast development may lead to poor quality, because you are developing at a very fast rate, because there is no proper analysis, there is no proper design, and it depends heavily on end user in terms of functionalities and interfaces. And as I already mentioned, and if he has or they have job threat, they may misguide you, mislead you. So it may result in failure of the software. And there is too much fast development that may have poor quality, and then there is excessive maintenance you have to face. Because of the limitations of prototype model, then RAD model was introduced, Rapid Application Development Model. It has four phases. The first phase is the requirements and planning. So waterfall model, three phases are merged in one phase. You have project identification, selection, project initiation and planning, you have analysis. So these three phases are merged in one phase, requirements and planning. And then you have modeling. Modeling means the design, and then you have construction, and construction means the coding, testing and maintenance. So logical design and physical design are merged in one phase as modeling. Construction is the same like the implementation in the waterfall, and then cutover is the deployment and security and such activities. So that was the RAD model, and main advantages, it's very suitable for small scale projects, up to 6-month projects. And then there is time saving and cost saving, because it is doing all phases of waterfall but at a faster rate. So time saving, cost saving is there. More complete user requirements, because at the modeling and construction there is a iteration. Unlike waterfall, that every phase is going back to the previous phase, here only the construction and modeling has loop. So you are showing prototype to the customer. So you integrated prototype with the RAD model. So more complete user requirement, because customer can see the prototype and can give you more requirements. In terms of that, you have comprehensive, more complete requirements from the customer. So you can cover main features from customer point of view, from user point of view, and it is covering all phases of waterfall but at a faster rate. If we talk about disadvantages, because we involve prototype, so prototype disadvantages are also inherited, except the documentation part, because now you have project specs, you have functional specs, you have design specs. Somehow it's not suitable for medium and large projects, because there's too much urgency is there, too much pace is there, speed is there, and there is no such features to remove the limitations of faster development, how to have risk management, and how to control the quality. So poor quality may result in case of medium and large projects. So it's not suitable for safety critical projects, because you are changing the design, you are changing the code frequently, and that's against the safety critical projects, where you need to collect all requirements in one shot and you need to freeze them, and you don't make changes in the architecture. Here you are making the changes in the architecture, so there are risks that are very harmful for safety critical projects, where human life risks are involved. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair. May Allah bless you. Assalamu alaikum.